So, been thinking about this for a while. Not quite sure how I want to do it, but I want to start a multi-part series on the common Aquarist problems and how we can go about sharing each other's ways of fixing them. For example, this will be part one. As we all know, we have a lot of equipment that goes with fish keeping, and a lot of it is rather oddly shaped, like our nets and water change hoses and buckets and spare parts. So how do we go about storing all of this? Do we do it like this, which is some of the stuff I still have to organize? Or maybe like this, which is more of the stuff I still need to organize? Or do we actually kick ourselves in the butt and get organized? Which is what I started to do yesterday. Went to Walmart, spent $60 on this mainstays cabinet. It's a little over 5 foot tall. And spent about 3 hours assembling it, figuring out what all I was going to put in here, and getting it all in here and organized. So it is my water change, feeding, and hospital needs tank or cabinet. So I have all my water change things down here, a gallon of vinegar for random cleaning. That is a garage utility hook that I have my Python hooked on, my bucket, another bucket, a couple of the water change hoses that I use a little more often, so I can just grab that, and that has everything I need for quicker water changes. Of course, the good old trusty hydrogen peroxide, box of carbon, aquarium salt, sort of like the hospital tank needs right there. All my chemicals. I took I don't know if you can really see it, a couple of these cup hooks, put one there, one back there, and a little short bungee cord, just so that all this is actually sitting in a corner of a shower caddy, just so all that doesn't fall over and roll around. Since they're full of liquids, they tend to get more velocity when you move the cabinet, which I did take the cabinet and put it on casters. So no matter what tank I'm working on, I can have it right next to me very easily. A couple of cup hooks to hold nets. I do have a couple of more nets that need placement. I will actually probably be hooking them on this door because they're a little longer, and these cup hooks don't like to hold multiple nets. I tried that yesterday. So I have all my food, my little feeding cup that I use to melt, or thaw, I should say, thaw out frozen foods and shrimp and such like that. Towels, because, well, when you're working in the tank, you always manage to get wet. It's just how things work. And of course, the trusty maintenance needs: straight razor, straight blades, magic eraser, toothbrush, new magic erasers, and a monster, because you need monster. Can't work on a tank without the energy to do it. So that's going to be part one, storage needs. I'm actually, well, obviously from the other two shots, I probably need like 4 more of these cabinets if I'm going to store all that. A lot of it can go out in my garage. It's just random project stuff like PVC, fittings, glue. But I may modify actually another one of these cabinets because they're relatively cheap. I could probably find it a little cheaper on eBay, or not eBay, but Craigslist. I might be able to find a used one cheaper. But I was looking yesterday. I couldn't So I said, screw it, bit the bullet. Just went and bought brand new, which for $60 it's not that bad. But I may get another one and make it my PVC storage cabinet and cut a couple of grooves into this shelf, so I can run the extra pieces of PVC in there, have them upright, so I can quickly grab whatever I need out of there. And then I can organize fittings and such in small little bins. But as a big DIY guy, random parts and stuff pile up pretty quick. But as I said, I'm going to do this as a multi-part series. But I want your guys' suggestions. Give me topics to work on. I'll see what I can come up with. Obviously, that's just one form of storage. Some people will tell me they just use Rubbermaid tubs. Obviously, under tank storage is there, but usually it's at quite the premium compared to the size of the stuff we use. For example, my 75-gallon tank here, I have some stuff still sitting here. I have my old CO2 regulator and stuff. But I mean, you put a canister filter here, and this side I put a couple of shelves. You got a little bit of your supplies, but that doesn't leave a lot of room really. Once you remember that you need to be able to get the canister in and out to clean it, you need to be able to move stuff around in here without really packing things in there too much, because I mean, you don't want to grab something and it catch something else, and you come up, bump the bottom of the tank, and suddenly the bottom of your tank is accidentally cracked because you didn't plan accordingly. So yeah, like this stuff here, a lot of this could actually get organized back into this. I just have to pull it apart and do so. Egg crate, it's a pain because it's big. But I mean, I could put that behind a stand and forget about it. Of course, then I'd forget about it. I don't know where it's at.